Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. There is a lot of development going on, guys, in the Middle East, and we know there's a lot of Ripple ties in the Middle East, guys. I happen to see this from XRP Wins here on Twitter. ADCB and Al Hilal Bank, they just signed a partnership with the Bank of London and the Middle East to offer digital UK banking to customers in the UAE through NOMO. So take a look at this. ADCB and its Sharia-compliant digital banking subsidiary, Al Hilal Bank, have announced an innovative new partnership with London-based BLME to bring digital UK banking to UAE nationals and residents through NOMO. Customers in the UAE can now open UK-based multi-currency current and saving accounts, as well as apply for UK home financing from their smartphones using newly launched ADCB NOMO and Al Hilal NOMO banking applications. This unique proposition, which gives UAE customers a quick and simple way to bank in the UK from the UAE, demonstrates ADCB's group agility and commitment to consistently provide market-leading customer experience. So NOMO, if you guys don't know, is part of Bank London and the Middle East PLC, the BLME, a subsidiary of BoA Bank, one of the leading financial institutions in the Middle East. And for those of you guys who might not know, BoA Bank is the parent company and the partners, the subsidiaries. And so just wanted to point this out. BoA Bank signs initial agreement with Ripple. This happened, when was this? There's no date on this. However, this happened, if my memory does serve me correctly, within the last 12 months or so. You can see Navin Gupta here shaking hands with probably the CEO of BoA Bank. Also just wanted to point this out as well. XRP is the native token for the XRP ledger, of course, and is intended to act as a bridge between hard-to-match fiat currencies. As such, the XRP token has a Sharia-compliant utility and can be deemed Sharia-compliant. Now, why that's important in the Middle East, they will only use Sharia-compliant digital banking services. And so, that was, the introduction point here to this article. So we have a Ripple connection. Obviously, XRP is Sharia-compliant cryptocurrency. And so the Al Hilal Bank chairman, he said this: ADCB's partnership with NOMO is part of our strategy to drive digital-enabled growth. We are focused on maintaining ADCB's leadership position in customer experience and are committed to providing customers with innovative digital banking solutions and an unparalleled banking experience. The ADCB NOMO and Al Hilal NOMO apps will simplify international banking and unlock new financing opportunities for our customers with interests in the UK. So, UAE, United Kingdom, I don't know what the numbers are, but those rails likely see a lot of volume for cross-border transactions, so this partnership tends to make sense. Wanted to thank XRP Wins here for pointing that out. Also happen to see this, guys, from the Cryptic Poet on Twitter. Guys, this has to do with Ripple partner Bank of America. They are highlighting a key driver of digital asset adoption, and you know what it is, guys? Get this, okay? So amid a $300 billion Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP, Cardano, Dogecoin, Polygon, and Solana price boom, there is going to be a key driver that really propels utility for cryptocurrency. And again, this is coming from Ripple partner Bank of America. Here's what they're saying. I'm going to skip to where this is. So the tokenized gold market, boasting lower costs and better liquidity than exchange-traded funds and futures, topped $1 billion in value for the first time in March, according to the Bank of America report, which CoinDesk did get. Naming and accelerating tokenization of real-world assets is a key driver of digital asset adoption. So they are saying specifically, tokenizing real-world assets, this is what's going to drive cryptocurrency adoption. Tokenized gold, so they talk about tokenized gold in particular. Tokenized gold provides exposure to physical gold 24/7, real-time settlements, no management fees, and no storage or insurance costs, the bank's analyst wrote in a report, adding the low minimum investment increases accessibility. And fractionalization enables the transfer of physical gold ownership and value that was not previously possible. I don't know if you guys have been hearing, but I've been hearing of people now, because real estate in some major cities is getting to be quite costly, that, some people are deciding to purchase real estate either with a friend, if they don't have a spouse or somebody, that they can partner with, to kind of cut the costs down. They're deciding to buy real estate with friends or multiple friends, and that they all, live in the house together, share the house. Or I've been hearing about these other opportunities where these companies now exist where you can actually put in your money and, you can buy property with complete strangers through a third-party company. So you can invest in real estate, fractionalized real estate, right? Whereas, before you'd have to buy a full house or a full condominium, to put down the down payment and then to pay the monthly fees and to pay the taxes and to pay the mortgage, all that stuff is getting very, very costly. So, this idea of fractionalized ownership, this is not something new. They're talking about it here in terms of tokenized gold. And so, what this tells me, Bank of America saying, know this is going to be the key driver, and then they use the example of tokenized gold. What this tells me, guys, is that they expect, my prediction is that their prediction is that they're expecting gold prices to go through the roof. Right now, we're seeing gold at over $2,000 per ounce. And I mean, you know, that is likely only just going to get higher and higher. So last week I was talking a little bit about gold, and we were talking about this bullish pennant formation, and you know, it's looking like gold has rallied a little bit more since then, so gone up about 3 or 4%, you know, since I was talking about it last week or a week and a half ago. And so, I mean, in and amongst a great reset, you can imagine the tokenization of you know, precious metals like gold is going to be very important. And so, how are we going to transport this gold? Well, over the blockchain and you know, the cryptocurrencies that are going to solve for these problems. These are the ones that are going to drive utility. These are the ones that Bank of America are identifying as the ones that are going to be, what do they call it, the key drivers amid this huge industry, this huge emerging industry. So at the end of the day, guys, what do you have to look for? Cryptocurrencies that solve problems, ones that can transfer value. Of course, XRP is one of the ones that we talk about a lot on this channel, but there are many other cryptocurrencies that are going to solve problems. And, you know, I find it fitting that Bank of America, a Ripple partner, one of those companies that Brad Garlinghouse has gone on the record and said, once we do get the clarity in the United States, Bank of America is really going to take it and run with it, talking about XRP adoption and RippleNet utilization. So, guys, they already have it locked and loaded. Also wanted to mention this. So, you know, just talking about gold and silver and precious metals and all that, Matthew Lany also posted this. So Knox Wire announces the launch of trustless gold-backed cryptocurrency. Okay, specifically with a trustless mechanism. Here's the article. Knox Wire announces the launch of trustless gold-backed cryptocurrency. Coming out of South Africa here, the new product enables governments, corporations, and financial institutions to hedge against the instability of the financial system, while at the same time keeping funds extremely liquid. So notice this, guys, they're putting precious metals on the blockchain. Again, this is not the first we've heard of this. Holding the precious metals back currency provides an entity with the security of physical metals, while being able to instantly convert and send cross-border payments to over 20,000 institutions in nearly 200 countries. So they obviously want this to be accessible, and they want to be able to trade it. And so what are they doing? They're creating their own currency specifically to trade gold. This trustless system will provide users with a secure way to store and send wealth without relying on a potential vulnerable backing system for storage, settlement, or redemption. With this new launch, Knox Wire continues its mission of providing an alternative financial infrastructure to send real-time cross-border payments. Now, it's a cryptocurrency that is pegged to gold. However, what if you need to source liquidity, and let's say you want to get out of your gold position or your gold holdings because maybe you've you know, sold out of your fiat and purchased gold, but you want to buy something else like costly art or maybe a condominium in Dubai, whatever. I mean, it could be anything. You're going to need a liquidity mechanism in order to transfer the gold to whatever else you want to purchase. So XRP definitely going to be part of this system. You know, as I was saying with the gold, we also did hear about this. I talked about this the other week, how Texas is now moving to create a gold-backed digital currency as well. So, you know, this theme is exciting on the one hand, also a little concerning because we know, you know, fiat money going down the drain, the Great Reset is upon us. And so, just be prudent, guys. Make sure you are diversified. Make sure you're not holding large quantities of money in the bank. Of course, that's not financial advice. I'm just letting you know where I think things may be going in the coming months and definitely years. I think a lot of people are going to be in for a rude awakening when fiat money comes crashing to the ground. Anyway, want to keep moving on an upbeat note. Wrath of Kahneman here posting this. SBI Holdings MoneyTap, which uses RippleNet, has been adopted to these banks, okay? Yamaguchi Bank, Momiji Bank, and Kichakuchu Bank, I think that's how that's pronounced, for P2B payments and remittances. So he posted this article here for customers of these three banks in particular. Now notice, this has to do with MoneyTap. SBI's MoneyTap. We know SBI has a very strong connection to Ripple, but also MoneyTap independently has their connection to Ripple as well. Our company is the new company in smartphone remittance app. Again, guys, this is translated from Japanese, so bear with the translation, bear with the English. And it's connected and is for accompanying customers. We are pleased to inform you that we have started to provide interpersonal money transfer services. So MoneyTap is a smartphone app that provides secure, immediate, and comfortable personal transfers. In addition to bank account numbers, we also implement a remittance function using mobile phone numbers and by combining online identity verification when registering an account with biometrics when using it. So just kind of giving you guys a bit of an outline of how they do this. I am trying, I don't know why it says that, Yamaguchi Bank, Maji Bank, and Kitakuchu Bank also ensure higher security by doing two-step verification when working with MoneyTap accounts. So working on remittances, MoneyTap, of course, Ripple enabled, and SBI2, obviously a huge Ripple partner. So looking like we are getting some great news here coming out of Japan. Wanted to thank the Wrath of Coniment for posting that. Also happened to see this, guys, from ISO 20022. Let's do it here on Twitter. And when I've been looking at his posts in the past, a lot of the stuff is from older documents that he's found online, which is fine because, sometimes it's good to reiterate the old partnerships. Sometimes, when you've been doing this channel for as long as I have, there are things that I forget. I'm going to admit that, I don't remember every single thing I talk about 365-ish days a year. So it was interesting when I saw this. I had not heard about this, the test harness overview. RippleNet Test Harness is a hosted environment. It's basically a hosted environment that simulates integration software or middleware of your RippleNet partner and facilitates the testing of end-to-end payment flows that is sending and receiving. So I had not heard about this. Looks kind of interesting, the RippleNet member. So in the dev environment, they obviously have to test the software, and they put it here. The mock partner is AWS, Amazon Web Services, I'm assuming. And so Test Harness plus RippleNet server. And they have it up here, guys, on their website here, Ripple documentation. So if you go to docs.ripple.com, you can find out all about it over here. So it gives you an overview of what it is, and also gives you some of the limitations. Also down here, they say, when you set up a test environment, you must deploy all RippleNet components to match the production scenario being tested. That is, in addition to setting up your own RippleNet server environment and integration software, you must also install a partner RippleNet server environment that connects to a Test Harness instance. Your Ripple Success Engineer can help you with this. So Ripple's obviously got a team that does this for their clients, but ultimately it is a tool that helps you, a Ripple member, put your integration software through realistic and repeatable test scenarios so that you can run partner-to-partner UAT tests with some confidence that your RippleNet integration works. So a very robust system that obviously every customer is going to be different, and so Ripple needs to help test their clients, each individual situation, each individual scenario. I'm sure these clients are paying big bucks for this, so they want to make sure that it works. And so I had not heard of this, and even some people in this tweet thread were saying how recent is this update, and so I was wondering the same thing. It was interesting because I did go to the Wayback Machine, and if you guys know, if you go up here and you copy and then paste the link here, right in here in this field here, it'll show you guys, it'll take snapshots from historical time periods when this article did exist. Well, I put this in here, and look, we'll do it together. We'll just copy that, and we will go over here, and we will get rid of that, and we will paste it again, and I will hit enter, and it will go. No, for whatever reason, it's not going. So let's just go to the original page here. So let's go Wayback Machine, and I will paste it in there and hit enter. And as you guys can see, it comes up, and usually what happens is there is you guys saw that, the calendars that were there, but here it says this page is available on the web, but there are no archived URLs for this particular page. Now that's interesting because that makes me thinking that this is likely some brand new documentation. Because for example, if we were to go to Google and we were to type in Ripple Mercury FX, this is one of the first things I have up here. Okay, so if you go to the Ripple Insights blog up here, you guys can see this Insights blog was from November 2019, and if you click on that, it's just an announcement for the partnership with Mercury FX. And if I take this and copy that and bring that to the Wayback Machine, here, let me open up a new tab. Okay, we've got a new Wayback Machine browser tab up here, and I paste this and I go browse history there. And let's see, okay, it's populating. So you guys can see here, okay, there is a calendar with historical time periods, and I can go to those particular time periods and, click for a snapshot of this particular article here. Nevertheless, the test harness overview looks to be brand new because there are no archive dates for that. So how new is this? That is a very, very good question. Good to know, though, that Ripple is testing partnerships because, guys, the tokenization of everything is going to be, according to Bank of America, one of the key drivers for cryptocurrency adoption. So you got to think the XRP ledger in many of these cases has got to be able to handle all this volume once most things are tokenized on the blockchain. And each company obviously is going to have their own test scenarios. So it's good to see Ripple is testing each individual situation the way that it will and should eventually roll out in a real world circumstance. The volume, guys, just think about this, especially if we see a huge crash, especially if we see people fleeing out of fiat currency into gold, as per, the Bank of America is saying the tokenized gold market boasting lower costs and better liquidity. It did recently top $1 billion in March, and I personally think this is just the beginning, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.